Hey, what's up, my new standard? It's TJ with Strategic Real Estate Experts, and today we're going to talk about what is the closing, what happens that day, and where does it take place. So it can vary again all across the country. A closing for us here in Wisconsin is the day we close on the property, and you're going to take possession, get the keys, and it is now yours. All the utilities are in your name, all the insurance is active for you. It is your property after the day of closing, once you sign all the documents. So here in Wisconsin, we close at title companies. So there's a whole lot of paperwork that gets signed, a lot more for you as the buyer, especially if you're obtaining a loan. But at the closing, there is a title company, so there's a rep at the title company. They don't represent you, they don't represent the seller. They're just going through your closing documents and going to, one, get the seller to transfer the deed and sign it over, where then it's going to be recorded to you in your name. And then if you're obtaining a mortgage, you're going to sign all the mortgage documents. Usually there's a whole lot of them, but you're going to sign the note that they're going to record against the property so that they have a lien against it. And it's going to say you're going to pay your mortgage and do all this stuff. And then there's a settlement statement where it shows all the charges that the seller is going to be paid and all the charges that the buyer is being charged. And then it will balance out and it will show how much you're going to bring as the buyer and how much the seller is going to make or have to bring to the closing if they're losing money as the seller. And then you should be getting free and clear title to that property so that you don't have any of the seller's liens and encumbrances against it. Now, with that said, there's different customs in different areas. It happens to be here in our Madison area, the buyer and seller we put in the same room. They kind of talk to one another unless we kind of had some headbutting going on beforehand. I know over towards Milwaukee, other parts of the state, and especially other parts of the country, they never put them together. So I guess it depends on what your thoughts are and how you want to handle your transactions. Personally, depending on how the transaction goes, I'll set up the closing separate just because sometimes if people get butthurt or are upset about maybe something or think the other side was too picky, we don't want to put them in a room together and have an argument when it's supposed to be a happy time, because at one point the seller wanted to sell, you wanted to buy, and now we're at the closing day and it should be exciting. We should be getting our new house and happy and kind of moving on. So closing, typically our area we say like an hour if you're paying cash, or I should say not financing. It goes pretty fast because there's no loan docs and stuff like that. So again, day of closing, you get to take possession of the property, and in our area, it's held at a title company. I know all over the country it's different. Some are attorney offices. Some title companies will come to the real estate office or do remote closings. So just whatever we need to do to make sure it can happen for you, that's stuff we can set up. So again, if you want to know more about what it takes to buy a house and make sure on closing day you're in the best position possible, check out knowbeforeyouBuyRealEstate.com. Call, text, or email me with your closing day questions, 608-576-0044. Emails TJ at sreehelp.com. Don't forget to raise your standard, and we'll talk to you soon.